Welcome to That Game Show, the awkward, inappropriate, random podcast that occasionally talks about games.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to That Game Show. I am your host, Chase Bunker, joined alongside, as always, is Kyle Helmstetter. Kyle, how are you?
I got this one piece of hair that's falling in my face and it's annoying me.
Yes. If you were to check us out right now on YouTube, youtube.com/thatgameshow, first off, you'll see that we kind of have a new layout, so we're trying that out. Special thanks to our friend Chris Flatus for making this. And you'll also see Kyle, who, as I was doing the countdown to get ready, just had one hair. Yeah, please don't blow into the microphone. One hair just fall in the middle of his face. And so instead of having a good conversation for the intro, we just have that. So
what's the point of a pop filter if it doesn't contain the pop?
Because
blow.
It's a pop filter. There's a difference between a pop and a blow. You were blowing into the microphone.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that really right?
I'm just gonna say stop it right now because. So I'll tell you this before the show started. We've taken a bit of a break, and we'll talk about why in just a little bit. We get back into the swing of things, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, I just added so many new sounders onto the soundboard, and I don't know what they are. I'm afraid when he's going to implement them, and I don't know if I have to do additional editing." Yippee! Not bad. Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Tame. I'm looking at this one, but I know it's not going to be tame.
I don't play it. That's more work for me. That is more work for me. So, thank you all very much for joining us. We have a few things that we want to bring up. One, big news for us. We do this every year, and this year's no different. We're going to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con this year. We are going to be at the Tampa Convention Center Friday, August 23rd at 9 o'clock in room 105. We got a 9 o'clock show this year. And
I'm going to come.
Oh, yeah. That was fine. It's not a curse word. It's okay. I'm just excited. We're going back yet again. Thrilling, man.
You know, if you watched it on video, I think I should have known something was up. You had a smile on your face like he's about to play something that I'm not going to like. Oh, I don't know. Are we allowed to mention High on Life because of him?
I mean, people still mention Rick and Morty.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. But yes, we'll be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, the Tampa Convention Center, this coming up Friday, August 23rd, 9 o'clock, room 105. We're going to do a lot of our games. We're going to hopefully, I'm still working out the kinks of playing a new game called Anime or Fanime. If we don't do it this year, we'll either do it at another convention or we'll unveil it next year. But yes. So
we're really gonna do that one, huh?
I don't know why you're giving me that look. I don't know why you're saying that. Like, it's not like you have to put forth a lot of effort.
All right. I never do.
Yes, you've never put forth any effort with any of these shows. It's usually you shoving down 2 drinks like 15 minutes before we go live, and then it's just me trying to rally you in.
But the charisma is off the charts. Or as the kids say, and you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say it. Ready?
Don't.
The charisma is off the charts. Get it? Because the kids, they think that Riz is cool, right? But the reality is, we're going to create something cooler, man. Kara.
No.
Is off the charts.
No. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm younger than you, man. I know what the kids like. We're vibing.
So you can expect stuff like that at our panel at 9 o'clock at Tampa Convention Center. We've been doing, or at least the show's been doing this for 10 years now, and I think that's crazy.
Wow. The 10-year anniversary shirts could go really hard.
I wish I would have thought that after we already printed them out. And so I think actually let's do this. It'll be next year because remember we had to miss out on 2020.
Okay, that's
so
valid.
This is technically the ninth
right.
time. So next year I think we might do special 10-year anniversary ones if I remember. If any of us remember.
Socks with them.
Socks?
Actually, I don't know.
Maybe
we should do
that
socks.
would
I think we'd encourage some stuff.
No.
Maybe we should do like
tell us, go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/thatgameshow, go in the comments section and say what article of clothing we should do for our 10th anniversary special with Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
You might regret that. But
I might regret. Oh, I'm going to regret this. By the way,
open it up.
Speaking of the podcast, I told you this as well, and I'm going to introduce this to the audience. I got this email. I was recovering from COVID, which just capped off a perfect July that I had. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. I got an email. It said, "Hey Chase, I just want to let you know that game show is ranked 127th in video game podcasts.
Oh yeah,
in Greece." And I'm like, this is a weird email, considering the fact that there was no links. There was nothing for me to click on to take a look at the charts. And so I'm like, okay, so this isn't a scamming email. He's not selling me anything. This is just literally an email saying, hey, you're ranked in top 127. And so I had to look. And so I looked at some charts, and of course it went down because, it happens. But
I mean, yeah,
we're still in the top 150 gaming podcasts in Greece. I don't know what to make of that knowledge.
I do. You know what I think?
What?
That we're really popular. And
we might be popular in Greece. And I think what we need to do is for next year, for our Tampa Bay Comic-Con submissions or any con submissions, we're just going to say we're big in Greece. And I almost want to put...
I would rephrase it a little bit. Maybe we're...
remotely popular.
We are though. But contextually, we are pretty huge in Greece.
Yes, I mean...
Yeah. But
we're not even on page 150 in American gaming podcasts. But... in Greece, however, different.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's I love Euros. Just putting that out there.
Well, I don't know if that type of stereotyping is either going to help us or hurt us. But
it's not really stereotyping. It would be stereotyping if I was I love.
Just stop. Just okay. Let's just, because I almost want to have
Pantheons are cool.
I want
Chase Bunker.
You know what's crazy about Harley Quinn?
Kyle Helmstetter.
When did people start liking people from New York?
This is That Game Show.
So I've been kind of teasing it for a little bit, so I feel like I should at least mention why we were gone for a good month, I would say, because we were consistently making content. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who don't know, I work in news.
No way.
And so I'm pretty sure you know what I'm alluding to, was just the whole catastrophe that was July. And at that point, because I'm doing all of these hey, really historical moments happening right now, I'm just I don't want to record or do anything. I just wanted to sit down and I just want to relax. And to end my July, I ended up just getting COVID. And just, of course, ruining my breath, so it's delaying the show even more, because every so often, I just go through coughing fits. And what's worse is, I still have a lingering cough. Every time I'm about to do a broadcast, I have, I'm not kidding, coughing fit, 20 seconds before I go live. Every time. It's my body knows, oh, about to go online? Here we go. Are you gonna say anything? Like,
I need you to okay. For contextual purposes, I had multiple things I wanted to say, but I figured I would be very nice in this segment and I would not disrupt your show kill. So I'm sorry that happened to you, Chase. Hold on, I gotta check my note cards on this. I hope that you feel better soon. It is a catastrophe that you have had to go through this.
thank you. Read the last one.
You are an excellent reporter.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Remember,
See,
when in
that's
doubt.
good.
Yes, I'm glad you finally got to use those note cards.
Mm-hmm.
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 And then Kyle, during that time also, being the medical professional, I mean, this is big news. I'll let you say it because I don't want to take away from your glory.
It's fair. Yeah, I graduated and I got into my residency and yeah, my schedule is cool now. So I'm done. I'm finished.
Hooray! You don't have any like hooray sounders? Like you added
Well-
all those sounders and there's no hooray sounder?
I've got
Oh my God!
Okay,
I
that's
got that one.
okay.
I got that
Yep.
one. And for the biggest, I got that one. Oh, and
I'm gonna come.
that
Oh,
one.
I wonder if that one's gonna get us flagged.
Can it though? I
I-
mean, I say the word "come" quite frequently, and I got to be honest with you, I can't say it in just the word because it is ruined for me.
Yes.
But I feel like just you say the word and it could imply COME.
It
Like,
usually
I am going
does.
to come to a location.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we've been busy for quite some time, and it's good to be back. Good to actually record an episode. Good to have a voice finally,
Mhm.
because oof, those 2 weeks it's pretty bad. I also lost my voice a little bit because I went to the Hailstorm and I Prevail show in Tampa.
You did mention that. That is
Yes,
true.
that was really good. Hollywood Undead was there.
Were they really? You didn't tell me that.
Yes, Hollywood Undead was there. Also, surprisingly fun.
Surprisingly, that's exactly what I would have expected out of them.
I didn't know what to expect from Hollywood Undead, and so
I would 100% expect fun.
oh, dude, that show was wild.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've only been allowed to hear about them. I've never actually been able to go. But boy, this sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. I also lost my voice during I Prevail, especially during their cover of Blank Space.
Oh yes, I've heard that one on YouTube.
Yeah,
many
and
times.
so I
Really good
proceeded
cover.
to scream along with that and headbang, and so it was nice to do that. The downside was because I got COVID, I missed out on Hawthorne Heights Thursday and Emory, and I would have really enjoyed that. I had a chance to talk with the lead singer of Hawthorne Heights, super nice guy, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go," and nope, that was a lie.
Well, responsibility weighs out.
Yes, and also health, because
No.
I didn't have the energy. I want to also bring this up. This is there's no way I can seamlessly transition for this one. I noticed this. So, Kyle, I don't know if you pay attention to the channel or see when I upload things. I uploaded a YouTube short all about Elden Ring. And because there was massive discourse over Elden Ring's difficulty with Shadow of the Erdtree coming out. And so I uploaded it, sent it out into the ether. All right, look at it. Okay, by our standards, fairly successful. What I didn't realize is I didn't look at the thumbnail. And so for context, YouTube doesn't let you choose your thumbnail for your shorts. So they just find an image and they go, yep, that's it. And so what I was doing is I was complaining about they're spider scorpions. The media kept saying they're scorpions. That ain't scorpions, they're spiders. The thumbnail that they give me it's somebody that looks like I'm complaining about your favorite TV show going woke. Like, it looks like I'm the guy who makes like 30 videos on how Brie Larson is ruining the MCU.
You went there. Wow. You went there.
Yes. Like, it looks like that's the face that it looks like. That's what they made me look like. Like,
Chat,
I
cancel
should.
This guy.
What's that?
Chat, cancel this guy.
It looks like I would be like having like the block letters that just says "too woke for you" or something, or it went woke with like red altering font. Like, that's what it looks like I do. And it's just completely misrepresentative of the shenanigans that we do on this show. And it's like, oh crap, they're gonna lump me in with those people.
Do you think the scorpions are like a problem?
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. There's a lot of problematic creatures, but like the spider scorpions. First off, during all of the previews, everybody kept saying, yes, they've added some new enemies. They added like spirits. They added this. I think they used like it's like dancing enemy and scorpions. That was what they used. Scorpions.
Okay.
And I'm fighting them. I'm like, there ain't no scorpion thing like, that has a stinging tail. That's about it. Other than that, that's just a scarier spider. Like, that's what it is.
I mean, that fits the bill of what I feel like a scorpion is, a scarier spider with a stinging tail.
No! Like, there is a stark contrast between spiders and scorpions. Like, you can't say, oh, I have scorpion enemies, and like, no! That's not what it is. It's a horrible tease, first off, because I thought it was safe. I wasn't. And I just went on like this minute-long rant about it. Like, I want you to like go Google it right now. Go Google Elden Ring spider scorpions in the meantime. And I want you to look at that and you tell me, oh yeah, that's more scorpion than spider.
Let's see here.
All right, as you do that, I'll filibuster. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you see Kyle's cat Artemis just popping in the background. Hello, Artemis. I know you can't hear me because...
Oh, look at that. She's moving.
Yeah,
Good
she's...
for her.
What, was she not moving before?
Nah, she was just sleeping, staring at the ghosts in the walls.
Oh, okay. But
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to find them because, like, if you type in spider scorpions, it just really turns into like the worst thing ever, and I really don't want to be looking at it. But
well, yes, that's what they are. They are the worst thing ever. Like, it's almost like the finger creepers. Like, they're just as bad as the finger creepers. Which
those are.
Yeah, you see my gripe. You see my gripe.
Some of them look like scorpions.
Not the big ones.
That's valid.
By the way, I do like how Elden Ring literally just confined the finger creepers to just like 2 areas. So it's like, hey, you don't want to fight them? Just don't go in these 2 areas and you're solid.
Oh yeah, those things are weird. I'm just now looking at the finger creepers. That gets all types of nope.
Oh, that is horrifying. Like,
oh geez.
Yeah, what's worse is they can climb up the walls. They also
of course they can.
They're also hidden underground like this. And if you walk over them, they just grab you.
Oh, they're like wow, there's a certain type of spider that does that.
Trapdoor spider?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really an anthropologist.
Chase Bunker.
Other notable things that was announced, Final Fantasy 16 got a new trailer.
Kyle Helmstetter.
I'm so excited for Final Fantasy 16. Like,
I'm not.
This is That Game Show.
Speaking of videos, Kyle recently put out, because he's actually making content on this page, unlike me,
Let's go!
put out another edition of Underratedly Unheard Of. Kyle, What is this game, and tell us about it?
Yeah, so wow, I feel so professional getting to do this. So I had the opportunity to play Jasper and the City of Lights.
Okay.
Single player adventure game, pretty much categorized like I call it like a story based element game. It's exploration and adventure, but it is closed world. Released on August 15th, I want to say it was. First game that I saw, and I want to preface this with what I saw because there may be a chance that they've had other smaller games off of Steam, but this was the first game that I saw by Rivers and Wine Studios on Steam. Currently in the early access, it is currently free to play. Right now, I believe it's just a prologue that is out. I played approximately 15 minutes of it and did not actually beat the entire prologue, so there is quite a bit more content that I explored. And that was me actually missing some stuff. There were little tidbits and snippets of exploration that I actually did not see because I was trying to get a little bit more out there. So essentially, premise, you take control of Jasper, who is a adventurous child. Him and his sister Nora go to their grandparents' farm every summer, and I'm not really sure if they're on Earth or if they're on this alternate universe or what they are, but Nora, his sister, goes missing, and Jasper in this gigantic forest of like mythical stuff. And you take control of Jasper, who decides to go into the forest that he's told never to go into, and find her. Um, there is it so it's a feel good cozy story, I think, but there is a little bit of like stuff that made me feel like, oh, it's a little bit concerning, because there was like this creepy man painted on a picture, and he's like grinning at you, and it's like a neon fluorescent thing, and it just looks like horrifying. Like this is a very concerning picture. And I was like, wow, yeah, this feels like a horror game at this point. But ultimately, it's not a horror game. I just, in that moment, was like, yep, this is terrifying. So yeah, check it out. It's on Steam. It's free to play. They do have a purchase section for anyone that wants to kind of like go fund them in the future and stuff like that. So they put a lot of work into it, obviously, thus far. I mean, I made the joke in the game, and I'll make the joke again. It's already more polished than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ever was.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, but it is like, bro, I don't want to see a Gyarados in the sky and it operates at 2 frames per second. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. that's my gripe. But fun game.
So one of the things I always like picking your brain on is because you and I have different ways that we tackle content creation and all that. When you make something like this, what's your selection process, and how like do you just go about making some of these things? Because like I said, you and I kind of do content differently, and it's not easy being by yourself just to talk.
It is true. Streaming for me is different than when I record a video, I'd say. So streaming, I can do whatever. Kind of very free will. I can obviously, and this is not a discrepancy for recording, but I can swear, I can, be very genuine in all my reactions. When I record, it's a little bit more controlled. Obviously still freehanding and all that stuff. I don't do cuts. I don't like try to do like, oh, this is a really good clip, I should keep this, and take like multiple cuts of the same thing. Which to our credit, we never do anyway, but
yeah,
I do know that for content creation, that is a thing that people try to do, right? That gauged reaction, that it lacks the authenticity, in my opinion, but it's not to say it's bad, because I think ultimately, like, if you see something that's funny and you can replicate it multiple times to get that perfect clip for yourself, I mean, by all means, right? That's content creation. We don't gripe about movies doing that, but I like to try to keep it one take. I try to keep everything genuine. I try to keep it as much of me and real as possible without crossing any lines, and B, taking away from the fact is that at the end of the day, some of these videos, especially with underrated and unheard of, yes, I want them to be comedy, I want them to be fun, and I want them to be, part of that game show. But I also want to showcase the game itself. Like, I don't want to be speaking over the narration of Jasper and the City Lights, because that was a voice actor that took time to voice that role.
Mm-hmm.
And they put their effort into it, and they don't want to have somebody talking over them and being like, oh, look at me, I'm not paying attention, I'm center. So in that case, I like to try to pick games that I've actually found that I really enjoy, those single player games that are more adventure, exploration, things like that I can reaction to without being like that YouTube reactionist where I'm like, oh my, what? I still want to have snippy, snarky reactions, but have them be genuine. But also let that game, well, I don't do video clips and things like that, but let that thing show itself off as the content that it is. So when I was looking through, the Steam new page, and of course, to be underrated and unheard of, you have to be underrated and unheard of. So for this game that came out now 3 days ago, the time of recording this, has like 6 reviews. I don't know. I just was like, yeah, as we are a small-time production crew.
Yeah.
Studio, I even could say. It's fun when you get a reference and a shout out. And, I can only imagine having created a game and then you get somebody that plays it, even if they suck like we do, it's still cool to see somebody play your stuff, have a reaction, and then make a video out of it. So you're like, wow, that's very cool. Like, I would think it's super cool if somebody referenced our stuff on their page and said, look at these streamers that shared our stuff, and then they shared it. I'd be like, that's really cool. I feel like a big time shot at that point. I don't know. I feel cool at that point.
Yeah, it's definitely. It definitely does feel good when you have your content get shared. I just remember one time, this is kind of like how I can relate to this. I remember it was after the Simon Viklund interview. I went onto the Steam like forum for Payday 2 and somebody posted it. That wasn't me. Like, I was about to post it on there and somebody did it for me, and I'm just like, holy crap, like somebody actually found this. And so I know how you feel, because it's really cool when just somebody else like shares your content. And so yeah, and I think you're doing an incredible job with all of these. I think you've also done a good job of being diverse with all of your game selections, and it's not just you're sticking to a horror game or you're sticking to just puzzle games. Like, it's been something new. Like, I want to take a look real quick. Like, you did Rolls and Dice, which was kind of like a D&D simulator and all of that. You did Damnosaur, which was like that. That's just a special episode.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was a special episode. I remember I did Minion Masters, and so
Yep.
you did Solar Singularity. So it's a fun series to just. What's that?
Solar Singularity took off, and obviously we are not the reason, but that game like popped off. I was very surprised to see the other day it has like a rather substantial player base.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm looking at some of the past stats, and I was surprised. Like, wait a minute, there's 11 comments, and I realized it's just us having conversations with people from Atlanta Comic-Con.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's fun. I think, to answer one of your specific questions, how do I go about picking a game otherwise? I try to look for stuff that I want to say is a little bit fleshed out. And it's not to say that I don't want to review, because I'm not really reviewing the game ultimately. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I did try that a little bit more with Rolls of Dice, where I was a little bit more of a reviewer. But the reality was, I kind of came to find I didn't enjoy putting a score on a game because I don't have a basis of knowledge on it. Like, I can't sit there and say on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being incredible, 1 being terrible, how this game's gameplay was. Because what do I compare it to? Other games of the same quality or my own personal preference? So I also realized, because I'm playing it for the first time, I don't even beat the game. So how am I going to score, for instance, Jasper in the City of Lights? If I graded its gameplay, I don't know that I even saw all the gameplay.
Right.
So how can I score it? You know,
Right.
I felt that was an unfair thing to do. So I got away from the reviewing, and honestly, I kept it more of a reactionary type. Let's explore the intro of the game. Let me comment on the things that I do like, because, you know, the game can change. It's an early. Did you just see that pig pop up?
Yeah, I just saw randomly the pig just pop up as if you clicked on a sound,
Yeah.
even though that didn't happen. So
that's crazy. I was like looking at my other screen and I saw the pig and I was like, did I just imagine that? Am I hallucinating?
Yes. But I would say what you do is more of a preview. And so I feel like it's a preview of a game that is, hence the title, Underratedly Unheard Of. It gets people enticed, it gets them excited or curious, and then you just help move the ball forward. Hopefully.
Like an appetizer.
Yeah.
The hope is that people play this game, and if they ever looked at this video, they'd be like, oh, that's what it was like. You know, it's like a nice little, do I want to buy this game? Of course, you know, I'm not buying the game, so it's also free, so you don't actually need to watch it at all.
Yep.
You could.
So check out Kyle's video of Underratedly Unheard Of, Jasper and the City of Lights. It's up right now on YouTube, which you can, of course, find youtube.com/thatgameshow. That's going to do it for us on That Game Show. Again, you can find us at Tampa Bay Comic-Con Friday, August 23rd at 9 o'clock, room 105. We have shirts that we're going to be giving away as prizes, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Check us out again at the Tampa Convention Center. For all the music heard on today's show, it's courtesy of the band Power Glove. For music, tour dates, and merch, visit powergloveband.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Chase Bunker. You can follow Kyle on Instagram at Scandinavian_sensations. You can also follow the show on Instagram as well at That Game Show. Other than that, Kyle, is there anything else you'd like to add before we head out?
No, I'll see you guys at our Comic-Con on Friday, August. Help me out here.
25th.
25th.
23rd, I lied to you.
20th to 23rd. That was my producer in my ear. See you guys then.
Great job. Great recovery, as always. I'll get you more index cards. For Kyle Helmstetter, I'm Chase Bunker. Thank you all very much for listening, and we'll talk to you all in the next episode.
See yas.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you check out more episodes on iTunes and on our YouTube page, youtube.com/thatgameshow. And follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thatgameshow.